My new favourite thing to wire wrap are these glow-in-the-dark glass marbles which I purchased off eBay. Of course this wrap is suitable for any stone spheres. The first wrap marble is used in a previous tutorial. I will leave the link in the description. This is the design I will be demonstrating in this video. The base wires are 0.8mm or 20 gauge round copper wire. I have 3 10-inch lengths. If working in metric, 25.5 centimeters. Find the halfway point of each wire and make a 90-degree bend. From the bend, mark 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch in each direction. I will be weaving with 0.2mm or 32 gauge wire. This is a length of 40 inches or 101 centimeters. Find the centre of the wire. Start wrapping from the bend in the wire. Wrap the centre of the weaving wire twice around the bend. Position the second wire next to the first, aligning the bends and marks. Wrap twice around both wires. Wrap twice around the lower wire. Continue weaving this pattern until reaching the mark. Take the other half of the weaving wire. Wrap twice around the bend of the second wire. Add the third wire, lining it up with the bend and mark of the second wire. Weave the wires together the same way as with the first and second wires. Take a 20-inch or 50 cm length of weaving wire. Wrap twice around the bend of the third wire. Line up the right side of the third wire with the left side of the first wire. Wrap the wires together the same way as with the previous pairs. Remove the tail of the 20-inch weaving wire. Measure 1 cm from the end of each set of weaves. At the end of the woven area, bend the wires upwards. Take each pair of wires and bend them away from each other at approximately a 45-degree angle. At the marks, bend the wires upwards. Take one of the weaving wires and wrap it around the wire to its right up to the mark. Line up the marks on this wire and the wire to its right. Wrap twice around both wires. Wrap twice around the right-hand wire. Repeat the process with the other weaving wires. From the end of the woven areas, measure 1 centimetre. This marble has a diameter of 16 millimeters. Place the marble into position. Continue wrapping the wires together up to the marks. Remove the excess weaving wires. Slightly bend the wires outwards above the woven area. Bring all the wires together at the top of the marble. Take one of the pairs and separate the wires. This will be the back of the pendant. Bring the wires around the other wires and to the front. Wrap both wires back around the top wires and back to the front. Trim the front wires, leaving half a centimetre excess. Tuck the cut ends around the woven wires just below the bail. Position the remaining wires with the front wires between the middle wires. Separate the wires into pairs, bending them away from each other at approximately a 45-degree angle. This is a 30-inch or 76cm length of weaving wire. Start with a weaving wire coming up between the pairs of base wires. Start with the left-hand pair. Wrap twice around the inner wire. Wrap twice around both wires. Wrap twice around the inner wire, bringing the weaving wire coming back up between the pairs. Now pass the weaving wire to the other pair and wrap twice around the inner wire. Wrap twice around both wires. Wrap twice around the inner wire, bringing the weaving wire back up between the two pairs. Pass the weaving wire back to the first pair and repeat the weaving pattern. Continue weaving while maintaining the gap between the pairs of wires. Remove the tail of the weaving wire. Weave for 1 centimetre. Bend the pairs of wires back towards each other. The wires should cross over 1 centimetre from the end of the woven area. Where the wires meet, bend them back away from each other. Continue the weaving pattern. Remove the excess weaving wire. I am using this small screwdriver to help me shape the bail. Bend the bail at its widest point over the screwdriver, bringing the unwoven wires to the front. Trim the 2 lower wires, leaving approximately 1 centimetre excess. Tuck the cut ends under the woven wires below the bail. Cross the remaining wires over at the front of the bail. Trim the wires, leaving approximately 3.5 centimetres or 1.5 inches excess. Use the tips of round nose pliers to start forming a loop at the ends of the wires. Trim off a small amount from the ends of the wires. Continue forming the loops. Switch to pliers with a flat nose to continue rolling the wires into flat coils. Position the coils in front of the bail. Thank you for watching. Please join me for my next video.